I'm going to show you guys how to clone yourself, and if after today's tutorial you feel like you still cannot do the transition, I can do it for you for $100 an hour. Just send your inquiries to blackmochaedits@gmail.com. The first thing you need to do obviously is film your videos. So go ahead and film your 2 separate videos. I like to film them as 2 separate video files just because it's easier for me to edit that way. When you are filming, keep in mind that you want your camera to be in the same place for the whole video, okay? This is gonna help eliminate or minimize any inconsistencies between the 2 videos. The next thing you wanna do is make sure that you have a controlled light source of some sort. So I use a ring light. So if you're using natural light, I recommend you film your videos at the same time of the day. Another thing I like to do when filming TikTok transitions is I like to map out on the floor where I plan on standing. This is how I mark out where I will be standing. I just place tape on the floor, and it allows me to remember where to stand for my transition so that I have enough space for each clone to move around and not cause any errors or issues when editing. Alright, so now it's time to get into editing. Go ahead and download the app Videoleap. It is free for Apple and Android phones. Open up the app Videoleap, start a new project, and import your video files. Once imported, I like to go ahead and trim down the videos to the specific parts that I plan on using for the TikTok. To trim, I just find the point in the video that I am planning on using within the timeline, and then I hit this little like half button. I don't know if y'all can see it. No, you probably can't see it, but it's right here. I just tap that splits it in half. So get rid of the portion that you're not using. Okay, the video is trimmed down, and then I do the same for the other video clip. I have my videos trimmed down. I'm going to take the second video and place it on top of the first video. This creates a layer. But as you can see, you still can't see the 2 videos. You only see one video after dragging one on top of the other. So tap on the video in the top layer, look for mask in the toolbar, click on mask, and click on the linear option. All right, so now you can see the other video, except the line is horizontal, so you don't see them side by side. So we're going to rotate that line and make it vertical. As I make it vertical, you see that I'm still kind of chopped off in one of the clips. So I'm going to turn it just a little bit and make it diagonal. So that gets most of me in it from both clips, okay? And to rotate, you literally just, let's see if I can show you here. Like you just twist it, all right? Like swivel the line. All right, so now we could tap on just anywhere on the phone to get that line out of the way. And you guys see there is a harsh line of demarcation, and I'm still kind of cropped out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tap on the clip of me in the yellow. I'm tapping on it in the timeline, and I am going to move it over a little bit. Just to be clear, to move the clip over, you want to move it on the actual screen. You're tapping within the timeline to let the app know that you want to work on this specific clip, but you want to move it on the screen. And you can do the same for the other clip as well. So then I'm also going to tap on the other clip, just move it back a little bit. Now I'm going to tap on the clip in the top layer because that is the one that we masked. I'm going to hit mask, then I'm going to move the line over a little bit. All right, see, now we're working, but that harsh line of demarcation is still there. So click back on the video in the top layer, click on mask, and move those arrows out a little bit. And that's gonna help fade the line of demarcation. You can move it out, you can move it in, play around with it until you get your desired liking. And then just tap off the screen, tap in that gray area on the timeline, and that'll allow you to see it without the line there. And boom, this looks good. I feel like the 2 clones could be a little bit closer, so I'm gonna move it in just a little bit. And now we press play, and boom. Y'all see, it's that simple. But here we see, right, I turn around and part of me is kind of faded out. So you can fix that by just tapping on the video that you want to move out and move it out a little bit. Click on mask again and adjust the line. And it did help. So this is also why I'm like, just map out where you plan on standing. So I'm working with a very tight space. If you have more space, you could have your 2 characters standing a little bit further apart so that you don't have to deal with this issue that I just showed you. But it's also easily fixable. I think every once in a while you're gonna have like one hand faded a little bit. Not a big deal, most people don't notice, but just keep in mind, if you can have the 2 clones standing further apart when you record, that's gonna help eliminate this issue. But it works out, it looks good. And that is pretty much it. You just go ahead and export. Now let's say you want to lighten one of the video clips because for whatever reason the light source wasn't consistent. You can definitely do that. You can click on the clip that you want to edit and look for the adjust within the timeline, and you can adjust the exposure. Help you lighten it a little bit. Again, if after watching this tutorial you feel like you cannot do the transition, I'm down to do it for you. It is $100 an hour, and make sure you send your inquiry to blackmochaedits@gmail.com. Do not DM it to me, please send it to that email. That's the end of this transition tutorial. I hope you guys found it helpful. If there are any transitions that you need help with, comment them down below and let me know, and I can get a transition tutorial out for you guys. If you aren't already doing so, make sure you are following me on Instagram and on TikTok for fashion inspo at blackmocha. That's BLACKM0CHA. And make sure you guys like and subscribe so that you do not miss another upload. Peace.